address one of the most common questions that I receive on my channel. What color season am I? Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't actually need to know what color season you are to create your perfect capsule wardrobe color palette. Here's why and what to do instead to create your perfect color palette without the confusion, restrictions, and cost of going through a professional color analysis. Let's start by talking about some of the problems with seasonal color analysis. Number 1, confusion and incorrect results. It's not uncommon for many people to become confused about their seasonal color type. In fact, the most common questions that I receive on my channel are from people who are confused about their color type and seeking help to determine what their color type might be. Often, women are even misanalyzed by professionals and have reported being given different results on different occasions. Frameworks like the seasonal color analysis are supposed to make our lives easier, not harder. But more often than not, I hear from women who are frustrated, confused, and don't trust their results. Number 2, cost. Professional color analysis services can cost hundreds of dollars, let alone the cost of purchasing new clothing to match your results. And with so many women feeling confused or unsure of which colors actually suit them best even after seeking the advice of a professional, it's hard to justify the cost. And number 3, restrictions and lack of personalization. If you've ever tried to determine your seasonal color type, you've probably had the experience of looking up an example color palette and thinking, I don't even like half of these colors. Not only can this feed into the feeling of confusion around your color type, it can also create a feeling of restriction. The truth is, some colors within a seasonal type just won't suit you, even if you technically fit within that type. However, it can get boring and restrictive if you feel like only a few colors within your seasonal color palette actually suit you. We also have to consider personality, lifestyle, and preferences. First, let's talk about lifestyle. In some cases, certain aspects of your lifestyle might encourage you to wear certain colors and discourage you from wearing other colors. For instance, if your school or workplace has a uniform, you might be forced to wear the same color almost every day. Or if there's a dress code, you might also be restricted to which colors you can wear. For example, if you work in an office with a formal business attire dress code, it may not be appropriate for you to wear a brightly colored suit. You may need to add certain colors to your color palette to accommodate these areas of your life. For example, even if black is unflattering on you, you may need to add black to your capsule wardrobe color palette if you're required to wear it as a uniform for work or school. But don't worry, there are some tips and tricks that you can use to make almost any color work for you. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out those tips. Next, we need to consider personality and preferences. Don't let seasonal color analysis stunt your creativity or suppress your personality. If there's a color that you love wearing that doesn't appear in your seasonal color palette, don't be afraid to add it anyways. If you have a bright and bubbly personality and you enjoy wearing fuchsia pink, don't let your seasonal color analysis prevent you from doing that. Even if bright colors don't perfectly suit your natural coloring, if they match your personality, they'll look right at home. Similarly, you might like to wear a lot of black or dark colors, and that's okay too. You will always look best when wearing colors that you love because of that extra confidence that you project out into the world. Likewise, if there are colors in your seasonal color palette that you absolutely hate, just remove them. Don't feel in any way required to wear colors that you don't like just because they're in a color palette that was supposedly prescribed to you. I would recommend removing them altogether and creating your own personalized color palette graphic. This way you can feel a sense of visual clarity and inspiration when you're looking at your personal color palette. Check out the description box down below where I've included a link to my extended guide on how to create your own personalized capsule wardrobe color palette. This guide contains everything you need to put together your own perfect color palette. Broad color palettes for each seasonal type to use as a starting point, and even more specialized capsule wardrobe examples to show you how you could implement your color palette in real life. Now let's talk about how you can create a color palette without seasonal color analysis. First, know your undertone. If you want to create your own color palette from scratch, or even if you're still interested in seasonal color analysis, the first thing that you need to know is your undertone. In my experience, matching your undertone family has the single biggest impact on how flattering or unflattering a color will be on you. Honestly, if you don't want to bother creating a complex color palette for your capsule wardrobe, you can stop here. As long as you stick to your undertone family, you will be good to go for the majority of your color choices. If you're not sure about your undertone, check out my color harmony playlist in the description box below, where you can learn how to determine your undertone in 5 easy steps. Next, you can use seasonal color analysis as a starting point without being professionally attributed to a certain color type. If you know your undertone, you don't really need to go through the bother of figuring out your seasonal color type. However, if you have been professionally analyzed, or if you think you roughly know which seasonal color type you fall under, you can use seasonal color analysis as a starting point for your capsule wardrobe color palette. Take a look at the color palette examples in the downloadable guide below. Then simply remove colors that you don't like and add colors that you love to create your own customized visual color palette. Then edit as necessary to ensure that all of the colors mix and match to your satisfaction. And finally, you can try my 5-step process to creating your perfect color palette. If you just don't want to bother with seasonal color analysis, but you still need some help in creating your capsule wardrobe color palette, check out my video where I talk about 5 easy steps to create a perfect capsule wardrobe color palette that aligns with your natural beauty. At the end of the day, we don't need someone to categorize us for us to understand what colors look best on us. The basis of this method starts with understanding your natural beauty and experimenting with clothing that you already own so that you can physically experience which colors look best on you. And don't forget to download my free guide below so that you can follow along and create your very own visual color palette. Finally, let's talk about how you can wear colors that are wrong for you or don't appear in your seasonal color palette. First and foremost, you can pretty much wear any color that you want, regardless of whether or not it traditionally suits your color type. But if you're looking to take your wardrobe to the next level, consider some of these tips to reduce the negative impact that less flattering colors could have on your look. The gist of the matter is that we want to prioritize the appearance of our face when we are trying to enhance our beauty with color. Our face is the first thing that others will focus on when interacting with us. Therefore, we want the items that are closest to our face to be as close to our perfect color palette as possible, while items further from our face can deviate a bit more from our perfect color palette if we want them to. So one way to incorporate colors that are quote-unquote wrong for you is to wear them on your lower half. You can also wear them as accent colors, such as a stripe or detail within a top, or you can wear them in shoes or bags, which are typically held at or below the torso. On the other hand, if the majority of your top happens to be an unflattering color, add a scarf, large earrings, or a headband in a color that flatters you to help bring more of those flattering colors up to your face. As long as you're allowed to add at least one of these types of accessories, this is a great strategy for making a school or work uniform work for you. Finally, if you really want to create a cohesive capsule wardrobe color palette, consider pivoting away from these colors that are quote-unquote wrong for you to similar colors that are more flattering to your color palette. For example, if you love fuchsia pink but you have a warm undertone, consider swapping it out for a punch pink or a coral, which is of the same saturation and brightness. This version of pink will better flatter your warm undertone while still bringing the same energy as fuchsia pink. Or if you like the edginess of black but you have lighter hair and eyes, consider swapping it for a charcoal gray, which still has the richness and edginess of black while still being better suited to your natural coloring. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you to worry less about fitting into a specific seasonal color type. And I also hope this empowers you to create your own perfect capsule wardrobe color palette. Don't forget to check out the description box for my free capsule wardrobe color palette guide, and also a link to my color harmony playlist where you can learn more about embracing your natural beauty. If you genuinely like this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more capsule wardrobe and personal style videos. See you in the next one.